there, this is Dutta, and welcome to the Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Friday, July 20, 2023, and tonight I will only be talking about everyone's favorite Friday night show, Friday Night SmackDown. So Friday Night SmackDown kicked off with Jey Uso. Now, he was out in the ring, and Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and Solo Sikoa all come out. And Roman basically tells Jey that he forgot that when the tribal chief is scheduled for the show, he must open. And Roman goes on to say that the only reason I think you scared it was I actually did watch Rampage. I just didn't take any notes on Rampage. Not today. I didn't take notes. So Roman says that the only reason Jey was even called the right-hand man in the first place was, or even main event, is because of him. And he accuses Jey of trying to do what he does. And it says that if Jey thinks he's a tribal chief. Jey says that he never wanted any of this, and that all he did for Roman was watch his back, support him, and he's been his right-hand man for 3 years because he believed he could lead the family and lead the company. But Roman broke the bloodline, broke the family, and broke Jimmy. And Jey says this is all Roman's fault. Roman says that he's not going to sit there and take the blame. And of course, he places the blame back on Jey. And he says that the only reason Jey became the right-hand man was because Jimmy was hurt. He says that Jey didn't have a chance and he took that from Jimmy. And Roman says that Jey's going to be all alone and he screwed his younger brother. He basically talks about how when he beats Jey, he's done. He'll wipe him off the face of the earth. He won't be a part of this legacy. And if Jey beats him, he will take everything from him. Roman doesn't understand why Jey thinks he can beat him. And Jey tells him that it's because he's already beating him. He's pinned Roman. He's the only one to do it. And at SummerSlam, he promises that he will beat Roman Reigns again. Notice that he only came out only one of the other titles in the locker room. Yeah, I did notice that. That was very interesting. He didn't come out with all 3 titles. So it goes backstage, and Jey Uso was approached by Grayson Waller, who says that after Jey loses, if he wants to come on his show and get that rubbed by Grayson Waller. And Jey Uso slaps Grayson Waller for this. Of course, this sets up the main event, which ends up being Grayson Waller and Jey Uso. So, after this, we get the finals of the U.S. Championship Finals. It's Santos Escobar versus Rey Mysterio. Now, I was actually really looking forward to this, despite the fact that L.A. Knight, did not win and wasn't even a part of this. I was still looking forward to it because I figured it was going to be a really good match. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way. So, like I said, this was a good match. However, what happened was there was this one spot where Santos Escobar did a suicide dive to Rey Mysterio, who was on the outside, and it appeared that he suffered an injury. When he came back from commercial break, the medical official was checking on Rey Mysterio, and they made the call and said that Rey was unable to compete, so Santos Escobar did win. Now, there was reports that it was a storyline, but Fightful Select confirmed that Rey Mysterio sustained a legitimate injury on SmackDown. Rey Mysterio's spot on SmackDown was not storyline, as originally suspected. Santos Escobar was actually supposed to win the match clean, but an audible was called and the match ended. There was also supposed to be a backstage segment that was Nick. So there you have it. That spot was not part of storyline. Rey Mysterio really did get injured. I wish Rey Mysterio a speedy recovery. Hopefully he wasn't too severely injured by that spot, but it just sucks that happened. So, and not to mention during this match, Austin 3 was watching from the SmackDown was mid tonight. I didn't like some matches. I only enjoyed main event. Hope Rey is okay. That bump was brutal. It shows that LA Knight should have won last week. Yeah, definitely, I do agree. I'm still a little salty over that. Like, LA Knight should have won. There's no reason why it shouldn't have won that. Okay. So we get a Bianca Belair segment. She says that she stays ready and that numbers don't favor anyone. And then guess who shows up? Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville arrive and say that they've gone 11 days without a championship celebration. And of course, Flair shows up and then she asks Bianca. This all blew up in WWE's face. It certainly did. And she asks Bianca if she wants to team up with her. Bianca says no, but Charlotte says she's going to go talk to Adam Pearce. So this leads into Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair versus Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. I'll get to that right now because I've got some stuff to say about that. Actually, you know what? I'll just go ahead and talk about it right now. So that leads into a tag match. And of course, typical WWE would do a can they coexist storyline with Charlotte Flair and Bianca. Tell me why, just why did they feel the need that Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair, who aren't even a tag team, for Christ's sakes, a freaking tag team, got the victory over Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, who are now a tag team, and no less the women's tag team champions. Tell me why that had to happen. Like, seriously. Really? So much for respecting those tag titles, right? There was no reason for them to beat Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green's Zeus Fest match. At least it wasn't a stupid Ronda. Oh. I will say this. It's very interesting that it was Chelsea Green that got pinned. Because in case you guys didn't know or haven't heard, Matt Cardona showed up with Chelsea's tag team title at DDE Pro in Japan. Now, of course, Chelsea did post a video on her Twitter saying that, that wasn't the real title. It was just a replica. Was it? We don't know. She says it was. Could it be that maybe, whether it was a replica or not, could it be that maybe Chelsea Green getting pinned here tonight was WWE's way of punishing her for allowing that to happen? It's a possibility. It would not surprise me the least bit if that is the reason Chelsea Green got pinned in this match. Because you know how petty WWE can be. Okay. So we get a night, versus Ashante the Adonis. Really, what is there to talk about in this match? This match was basically a squash match. This was a really short match. Really. I'm really happy LA Knight. Yeah, he won. I'm happy about that. We also find out that at SummerSlam, there's going to be a SummerSlam Battle Royal sponsored by Slim Jim, where Raw and SmackDown wrestlers compete. And so LA Knight pleads to be in this Battle Royal, and Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes appear, and basically this sets up LA Knight versus Sheamus next week, and they'll both be in the Battle Royal. I must say, let me see, blame it on Vinnie Mac. Really, that was the best they got for LA Knight. I'm gonna feel some type of way if LA Knight does not win that Battle Royal. Like, really, you did all of this to put him on SummerSlam. He's not even competing for the U.S. title. The least you can do is have him win. So, I really, it's baffling. And knowing WWE, like, if you win on the go-home show, you're probably going to lose your match. Watch him not win the battle. Exactly, right? So, like, he'll probably beat Sheamus, but then go lose at the Battle Royal. Seriously. I honestly would be so surprised if he beats Sheamus and then wins the Battle Royal. Really, I would, because you know how WWE works. And that's probably going to be a pre-show Battle Royal. I would be so surprised if that's the main card. So somewhere backstage, we get Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. And he says that they are stars and should be treated like stars. They should also dress like stars. He says that Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams spoke very highly of them. Let's see. Okay, they'll probably make him to be the first elimination just to troll everyone or be the final person eliminated to get everyone's hopes up. It's going to be a new hurt business with Lashley and the Profits. I could see that. So he basically Lashley gives suits to Street Profits. So we're going to see what they go with that. Maybe like Michael said here, new hurt business with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. So we get Io Sky and Bayley backstage, and Io Sky questions why she left her last week. Basically Bayley tries to make up an excuse. Who's the next guy if not main event Jay? I'll get to that. And Asuka shows up and says she will face two of the best ever in Charlotte and Bianca. And she warns Io Sky that she will be cashing in on her. Io Sky says she respects Asuka and it doesn't matter who wins at SummerSlam because she will be living as WWE Women's Champion. I don't think that's going to happen the least bit. No disrespect to Io Sky. I honestly feel like based on the storyline they're telling Bayley's going to end up screwing Io Sky's cash in. Because remember, all the women have successfully cashed in. We have yet to have a woman fail her cash in. I honestly think they're going to have Io be the first woman to fill her cash in. I think Bayley's going to screw that cash in up for her in some capacity. So get a quick backstage interview with Grayson Waller, who says he didn't deserve to be cheap shotted by Jey Uso, and all he wanted was to invite Jey on his show. We get Karrion Kross versus Karl Anderson. Karl Anderson telling the rest of the OC to let him do his own thing. This match didn't intrigue me at all. So, Karrion Kross wins this with the cross hammer to Karl Anderson at the end of the match. Karrion Kross puts a cross jacket on Karl Anderson. AJ Styles and Mia Yim, or Michin as you're calling her, come out to help save Karl Anderson. They really need to end this feud with Karrion Kross and AJ Styles. It really hasn't gone anywhere. So, are they even having a match at SummerSlam? I don't think so. The main event ends up being Jey Uso versus Grayson Waller, which wasn't a bad main event. They're really throwing Grayson Waller out there, aren't they? And so during this match, Roman, along with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa, come out and they literally sit ringside. And Grayson Waller takes advantage of this distraction and he tries to hit the people's elbow, which Roman Reigns finds amusing. That Karrion Kross' feud is a snooze fest. But he misses, and then Jey Uso hits him with the spear, and then the Uso splash, and Jey Uso is victorious here. At the end, Solo Sikoa attempts a Samoan spike, but he misses, and Jey hits him with the super kick. Roman Reigns enters the ring, and Jey hits him with the spear, and then he does the Uso splash. Well, he tries to do the Uso splash, but Solo pushes him off the turnbuckles. Then Solo Sikoa does the Uranagi to Jey, and then he hits him with the Samoan, and then him and Roman Reigns do the Samoan spike spear combo to Jey Uso, and then the crowd starts chanting "You got pain," which upsets Roman Reigns. So they do the spike spear combo again, and that is how SmackDown goes off. But overall, SmackDown, I thought it was a very mid show. There really wasn't too much going on. Next week is a go home show. I'm not really looking forward to the go home show because they usually does not know these go home shows. 2 out of 10 offer show. This show made no sense whatsoever. Rey versus Santos, no story on that. Jey Uso versus Grayson Waller for what? It just seems like happened like Grayson, just because Grayson Waller approached Jey. As far as the story with Rey versus Santos, I think they were trying to do the whole mentor versus protege type thing, but it didn't end up the way it planned it because Rey Mysterio got injured. Still maintain LA Knight should have been in part of that, but that's just me. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely give tonight's SmackDown maybe a 4 out of 10. It's just mid. And with next week being the go-home show, I'm not too excited about that. Raw and SmackDown will be dreadful next week. Literally no excitement going into SummerSlam. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Next week, we kick off Power Month on Tuesday. So I do have some cool Power Rangers content coming out for Power Month. So I really hope you guys check that out. With that being said, I'll see you guys Monday after Raw. So once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell. See you guys Monday. Bye.